The All Progressives Congress has described as false report in some sections of the media that Governor of Kogi State and National Youth Coordinator of the 2023 Tinubu-Shettima Presidential Campaign Council, Yaya Bello, has withdrawn support for the APC presidential candidate, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. A statement by the APC National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, described the story as false and a figment of the imagination of its author and sponsors. Governor Yaya Bello, the statement adds, remained a solid, resourceful and committed campaigner for the party's candidate, leading a successful outreach to youth voters territory in Nasarawa State to a town hall meeting to solicit vote for the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the February 25th, 2023 elections. Our correspondent Timothy Yusuf reports.
There's a carnival of some sort on major streets of Abuja. The message is simple. Vote for the PDP presidential candidate Atiku Abubakar in the February 25 presidential election. In Mararaba, Nasarawa State, supporters of the party from the state and the Federal Capital Territory were engaged in a town hall meeting by the leadership of the PDP Independent Grassroots Campaign Council. The vote for the Atiku Kowa ticket is a vote for a new Nigeria, the team assured the electorate. PDP leaders reassured the campaign council of their resolve to work for the victory of Atiku at the polls. The council identified with the less privileged through donation of some food items to alleviate their sufferings. Timothy Yusuf, NTA News.
The Congress of University Academics, CONUA, has appealed to the federal government to also consider members of Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, in the payment of salary arrears to lecturers. The president of CONUA, Niyi Sumonu, made the appeal while addressing journalists after the maiden National Executive Council meeting of the union in Ile-Ife, Osun State. Femi Afayogun was there.
Formed in the year 2018, Congress of University Academics, CONUA, a breakaway from the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU, became widely known in Nigeria for its stand against the several industrial actions embarked by ASU in recent years. Having been given certificate of registration by the federal government recently, CONUA held its maiden National Executive Council meeting at Obafemi Awolowo University, Ile-Ife, with representatives from 15 federal and state universities. Members nominated and ratified names of 12 national officers to be led by National President Dr. Niyi Sumonu. After several hours of deliberations, the union made its stand known concerning the state of the nation.
CONUA is of the strong opinion that education can be made cheap by ensuring uninterrupted academic calendar in the Nigerian ivory towers. CONUA urges the government to ensure reasonable utilization of university autonomy, and it must, as a matter of urgency, contain seemingly unseen corruption and fix accreditation fraud in the universities.
If some people are comfortable with some of these undemocratic attitudes, we need alternatives.
The union also cleared that it did not embark on any industrial action last year. Stating other areas of concern, CONUA appealed to government to fight insecurity, reduce the out-of-school children, while INEC should ensure a transparent, free, fair and credible 2023 general elections. In Ile-Ife, Femi Afayogun, NTA News.
And in sports, Plateau United beat Enugu Rangers this afternoon in their NPL match. Badi Adelaye will bring us the highlights.
Plateau United left it late to secure a 2-1 comeback win over visiting Enyimba International to claim their first Nigeria Premier Football League win of the season on Sunday. Enyimba drew the first blood in the 25th minute of the matchday 3 encounter, which was live on NTA before the home team equalized 11 minutes later, the game looked destined for a draw, only for Kazim Ogunlaye to seal the win in the 96th minute. In Ibadan, Bendel Insurance maintained their perfect start to the season as the informed Imade Osarankoin again united to give the Benin Arsenal a 1-0 win away to Kwara United. In other Group A results, Nasarawa United was spanked 3-0 at home by Akwa United, while El Kanemi Warriors and Gombe United played goalless. In Group B, Bayelsa United beat Wiki Tourist 2-1. Doma United recorded a 1-0 win against Akada, with Lobi Stars running out 1-0 winners to Abia Warriors, while Enugu Rangers and Sunshine Stars settled for a 1-0 draw. In the English Premier League, Arsenal further strengthened their title credentials as Eden Nketiah's brace, including a late winner, gave them a 3-2 comeback win over Manchester United at the Emirates. In other results, Erling Haaland scored his 4th Manchester City hat-trick and took his tally for the season to 31 in all competitions as relegation-threatened Wolverhampton Wanderers were swept aside by Pep Guardiola's men, while the match between Leeds United and Brentford ended in a stalemate. And finally, 3rd seed Stefano Tsitsipas fended off Yannick Sinner in a 5-set thriller to reach the Australian Open quarterfinals for the 4th time in his career. A year after dumping Sinner out in the last 8 at Melbourne Park, Greek star Tsitsipas crushed the Italian's hopes of a great escape as he held firm to complete a 6-4, 6-4, 3-6, 4-6, 6-3 victory on Rod Laver Arena. With Sports Update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
And with that, we end the news segment of Newsline. Jennifer Igwe will be back in just a moment. Don't go away. Thank you, Claire. Now to Newsline proper. January is regarded by some as the longest year. Most times people think that way. There we have superstitious beliefs as well that the month comes with hunger, fever, and fear of the unknown. Okay, that aspect may be true. Clement Bariku in this report sought the views of Nigerians on this perception.
It's a mixed bag of feelings, with some people having a phobia for the month that has 5 Sundays, 5 Mondays and 5 Tuesdays with an unending outlook. For many others, January is difficult.
January is always difficult for everybody. I don't know if for everybody, but for me it is. No matter how you plan, you still spend.
December period, I will do a lot of festive activities like that. So I've spent a lot of money now. My enemy is broke.
A lot of people may have expended so much during the festive period, buying rights and all those stuff. And so the assumption is that January is very difficult. No, it's not January. It's the attitude of the people.
Statements of difficulty in January are not new to many, and with this in mind, many have taken extra miles to change that narrative with deliberate steps to curtail this perceived negative impact that comes with the month. Commonplace challenges such as high expenses during the Christmas and New Year celebrations, schools resumption and possibly renewed house rent may have been some of the causes for the January fever among the people.
This January stress and whatever is something I have learned over the years by experience, and so based on that experience I kind of discipline myself not to waste all your life, all your income and all your earnings only in December. Life continues. I was actually conscious that after December there will be January, so I planned well.
So then, what are possible ways out of this fever that comes after New Year festivities with so much merriment?
Great awareness. Teach people how to manage their affairs. If we can do that in the large scale, how to manage their affairs, manage their money. I think with time, people will learn such behavior.
You eat what you spend your money according to the size of your revenue. You should not just involve yourself in reckless spending because it's Christmas.
The month of January 2023 comes with its challenges for many Nigerians, but this does not take away the fact that January is like every other month of the year. Developing the right mindset may be a good relief from the January fever that show up at the beginning of every calendar year.
And it's true, January has 31 days, so it's not we don't have 32 days or 33, but when people spend so much during the festivities of Christmas, then January becomes really long for them. Now, ever imagined an octogenarian in an 18-kilometer walk? Well, our next report is about former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who led his old schoolmates in a walk to celebrate the centenary anniversary of the alma mater Baptist Boys High School, Abeokuta, Ogun State. Lekon Agbonde captured the mood of the day.
The former president Olusegun Obasanjo there reenacting his role as a school prefect at the Baptist Boys High School at Abeokuta, Ogun State many decades ago. He led both old and current students of the school through major streets of the city in celebration of the school said to have produced great men who have made impactful contributions in Nigeria and across the globe. The work started from the old premises of the school situated at Hilltop, now occupied by Patterson Memorial College. After a thorough inspection of the school, Chief Obasanjo appealed to old students to support their alma mater for better management and results. He also suggested a synergy among stakeholders to take education in the country to greater heights.
Most of the early secondary schools, particularly the missionary secondary schools, they've all got old boys and old girls that are distinguished, and that in fact on their own can manage any of their alma mater if they are encouraged. Really, government's resources into this group will be minimal, and they will be managed, the schools will be managed and be run better than they are being run at the moment.
The centenary walk indeed dazzled motorists, attracted a large crowd of admirers and passers-by who praised Chief Olusegun Obasanjo and echoed his name for his prowess, energy and endurance to embark on the walk despite its age.
I really admire the energy and vibes of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. I mean, some young people can't even do 18 kilometers, I tell you. Now, when people hear of recycling, they majorly think about setting up a factory, buying large machines, and other expensive items that can be quite discouraging for someone with limited funds. Now, let me shock you. A final year female student of Federal University, Dutse Zainab Bilyamino, has neither of these, but she has, through research, converted sachets of polythene bags into kerosene as an alternative source of energy. Yes, Hawa Haliru Haruna interacted with the student and filed this report.
24-year-old Zainab Biliaminu from Jigawa State is a final year student of Chemistry Department, Federal University, Dutse. Her way to achieving this breakthrough started while in the course of her studies. She came across a science journal which gave insight into conversion of polymeric waste into useful products. Curiosity pushed her to have a trial, which she carried out as her final year school project, and did the necessary protocols to process the water sachet, which produced a liquid substance similar to kerosene.
I decided to do it because considering the fact that Nigeria now has a wide problem of polymeric waste pollution, we can certainly reduce this waste and produce something that can be useful to us in our daily lives.
To encourage the student, we need to go to Technology Incubation Center, Kano, which is under Federal Ministry of Science and Technology, to fabricate the machine that will serve the purpose of combating this polymeric waste into fuel. And actually, I'm very happy because the result, when she brought the result to me, I was amazed.
The product, after being tested, was confirmed to have similar chemical properties with kerosene and diesel and could be used to power generator and local lamp. The Vice Chancellor, Federal University, Dutse, Professor Abdul Karim Sabo Muhammad, comments the effort of the student, saying research is one of the priority of the institution and students are always encouraged to explore all avenues so as to excel in their chosen career.
For you to keep the tempo of the research, you have to have funding. Funding is key, actually, and we are lucky because of the ideas that our researchers have. They've been able to tap into foreign grants that are coming. Personally, also on the level of the administration, we have gone far in actually joining research bodies.
These polythene bags are taken away from the waterways. You realize that all our waterways and drainages are going to be free, and we are going to have less flood, which may not cost much life and properties.
We called on government to support such students' initiative, which can make them self-reliant, safeguard the environment, and increase revenue earnings to the nation.
Well done, Zainab. Now, clean and cheap energy source that will make us use things like plastic waste that constitute a menace is a welcome development. I remember that scientists one time said that if we don't take time, if we're not careful, we can have more plastic waste in our waterways than we have fish. So a development like this is really good. Zainab, thumbs up. Time for a break. Newsline continues shortly.
The chairman of the 50th anniversary celebrations of the Federal Government College, Malali Kaduna All Student Association, Mr. Iwoje Imokwede, CON, specially invites alumni to the two-day event marking the golden anniversary of the school. The scheduled events are the 50th anniversary cocktail, date Friday 27th January 2023, time 6 p.m, venue Fountain Area, Transco Hilton, number 1 Aguirosi Street, Maitama, Abuja. The cocktail provides a platform to meet, greet and network with each other. And the 50th anniversary gala night, date Saturday 28th January 2023, venue International Conference Center, Garki, Abuja, time 5 p.m. The event will be streamed live for virtual participation. For further inquiries, please contact the following. This event is strictly by invitation. Announcer, Steering Committee.
The Mission for Education, Social and Health, MESH, a non-governmental organization of the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, is urging all Muslim Ummah to take advantage of the 8-day extension of the collection of Permanent Voters Card, PVC, by the Independent Electoral Commission, INEC, to collect their cards at their wards and local government councils nationwide. The mission is also calling on all Muslim Ummah to ensure they fully participate in the elections, as it is their right to vote and be voted for. Know that Your full participation will immensely contribute to the success of electing patriotic leaders that will pilot the affairs of our great nation, Nigeria. Get your PVC, vote wisely, and ensure a peaceful general elections. This message is from the Mission for Education, Social and Health, MESH.
My guy, my brother, my blood. You not get waiting fall from sky, with ground nothing carry. We have been through a lot, and we still stand strong. If you remember, together we overcame monsters, battled the darkness, and even survived loss. But we became unbreakable, unstoppable. So guy, take off the bad vibe. Face the world with your full chest. Because this life, forget, you and me, now we go run now.
It's an anthem for Nigeria. Oh, better days are coming. Better days that gives us hope and strength. All Latino boys determined to keep the hope alive. Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
It's a new dawn in Nigeria. Renewed hope beckons on our people. The silver lining dots the skies. The firmament portents a bright future as the people of Nigeria move to vote a man whom they have come to trust for the realization of their aspirations for a better Nigeria. That man is Asiwaju Bola Tinubu. He has been tested. He can be trusted. Vote Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as President of Nigeria 2023. Vote Kashim Shettima as Vice President. Vote APC. Surely with Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the smiles are returning. We are close to home.
Bring the smiles back to all Nigerians.
I'm about to serve better breakfast. If you're in Lagos, you need to see this.
I'm not just streaming content, I'm just speaking travel.
Get more data to enjoy exclusive content. Dial *141# now. Airtel, the smartphone network. Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Let's take a picture.
You're fresh, still protected. All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Welcome back. Understanding the history of a people is to understand the way their identity has been shaped for centuries. This best describes what the John Randall Center aims to achieve, which is to celebrate the Yoruba culture and heritage from the past to the present and the future. The center, which houses multi-purpose facilities, will this week be opened to the public by President Muhammadu Buhari in a special way. Adiola Komiakere will let us into the J. Randall Center now to have a feel of what it holds for enthusiasts.
Distant time, Onikon area of Lagos will be the catalyst for a vibrant and tourist-friendly area in the heart of Lagos Island. All thanks to the John Randall Center for Yoruba Culture and History. And with the inauguration by the #1 citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, The John Randall Center will not only be the cynosure of all eyes, but also a revenue spinner for the state government. Dr. John Randall was a prominent Lagosian. He built a public swimming pool, the first in Nigeria, in 1928 in King George V Park, which later became the Love Garden, a much-loved recreational area. This grand gesture was inspired by the refusal of the British Colonial Office to build a pool for Lagosians to learn how to swim. On completion of the pool and garden, Dr. Randall handed over the facilities to the Lagos Town Council with a maintenance purse to ensure its upkeep. He died in 1956 at the age of 47, shortly after his return from the Olympic Games in Melbourne, where he led the Nigerian team. And fast forward to present day, the center's remodeling began in 2017 and can now boast of exhibition hall, multipurpose hall, e-library, restaurant, among other facilities.
We are taking into consideration the importance of physically challenged people to the society, and that's why we have provided an house lift. With a physically challenged lift. So any physically challenged person that is coming here that is unable to use the escalator can come through this physically challenged lift straight to the museum.
The swimming pool still occupies the same spot it was first built in 1928.
So that the state government now decided to refurbish the whole place, and that is why we now have to come up with this new pool. And this is the adult pool, and these are the children's pool.
We will allow the peep into the breathtaking museum, which represents Oduifa. Up to the rooftop of the museum we went. Interestingly, it was grassed, meaning when the sun is at its peak, the museum will be cool. There is also no fear of the soil being washed away.
So what we use was, there's a technique we use a type of material called geocells. It prevents the soil from being washed off the road. So we take a cue from the advantages of green environment.
Lovers of art and culture speak on the benefits of the John Randall Center for Yoruba culture and history.
I think Nigeria is getting there because this is our culture and our heritage. It is good, our own lifetime, to see this museum. We thank Lagos State as well.
And I hope maybe it will be the beginning of more better cooperation with the government, because we really need them. We need them to grow.
The center, no doubt, is in a class of its own.
Certainly in a class of its own, good for recreation, and importantly to learn a lot about our history and cultural heritage, particularly for the Yorubas. Now, it is a traditional event celebrated annually by the Efiks in Cross River State. Now, we've talked about Lagos, we're now in Cross River State, to love and show solidarity to their apex king, the Obong of Calabar, called Utumobong. The event also avails non-indigenous resident communities in the state the opportunity to demonstrate loyalty and goodwill to their host king. Erika Avi, who witnessed the celebration this year at the traditional event center in Adiabo, Calabar, reports that the Obong of Calabar, His Eminence Edidem Epo Okon Abasu Otu V, called for unity and collaboration among all ethnic groups in the country.
The 11 Harmonious Ifemabong is a traditional homage event celebrated annually to allow the Efik sons and daughters, as well as friends, to appreciate their natural ruler, treaty king, and grand patriarch of the Efik kingdom.
The outing has been magnificent. The crowd has been jubilant. It has been a spectacle of colors and wonders. The Efik people are just going together to enjoy themselves.
It's been so grand, so beautiful. This is pure homage we are paying.
One thing it's done is to remind us that they are one stock.
Different clans of the Efik kingdom came out in their numbers within and outside the country with gifts to pay homage to the king. Chairman of the traditional event, Princess Iyamba of Yongede Dafineno and others sued for unity among the kingdom and other people to encourage peace and development in the country.
Efik is with us, but I think he should work with us. Maybe he could help with like digital language and programs. It can help with sponsorships for the children to ensure they have good classrooms. Any Efik person or any, it doesn't matter where you live, try to identify, try to support, try to build.
Now, one thing I know about the Efik people is that they are very proud of their cultural heritage and are ready to display anytime. Now, have you ever spent a night tossing and turning on your bed, begging for sleep to come, and it didn't? You didn't know how you'll feel the next day, tired, cranky, and out of sorts. In line with this, Lorita Arinze Egwem sought to know the effect of sleep on human well-being.
It's a natural state of rest in which one's eyes are closed, but the inactive and mind is at rest from the day hustle and bustle. It is endowed for maintaining optimal health and general well-being of humans. Little wonder why God created night for compulsory rest. Hence, human beings retire to embark on sleep after carrying out daily activities. Unfortunately, however, in the recent times, it has been observed that people deny themselves of this all-important natural gift as designed by God. This raises the question of what can possibly deprive one of sleep or make one not to have enough sleep.
Many of you may not be able to sleep because of challenges and problems.
Your workload and other stuff, and makes your body so tired, and like sometimes you're stressed out and then there's no sleep.
You're thinking of how to pay house rent, you're thinking of how to survive, eat and all that. By the time you're doing all that, you tend to lose your sleep.
According to medical experts, sleep plays essential roles in one's body metabolism and makes brain to function effectively.
The most important of all the physiologic functions of sleep is to improve our physiologic regulation, both the caloric regulation, weight regulation, the function of the heart, the blood pressure control.
Sleep is a very basic need of human beings. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're endangering yourself.
Proper planning of one's daily activities, according to experts, remains key factor in addressing problem of poor sleep and its attendant consequences.
We also take out noise during sleep and also take out the effect of lighting.
Set your mind on having rest. Man is what we call a dinner being. We will work in the day and we sleep in the night. So plan your life in a way that you follow that pattern.
The amount of sleep needed varies according to one's age. It is recommended in form of siesta during the day. Adults require 7 to 9 hours night sleep, while children and teenagers need substantially more sleep for healthy living.
With some of the bizarre schedule that we have, that can just be complicated. Sometimes sleep in the afternoon may not be something achieved by many, but good sleep at night is very important and good for our mental well-being. Now we go to children. Now, children, they say, are the leaders of tomorrow, but only when they are on the right path to becoming one. Correspondent Abdul Jalil Mohammed Bauer examines the consequences of the rising numbers of children begging in Benin Kebbi, the Kebbi state capital.
Child is entitled to becoming who or she wants to become in the future. This is why the challenge to give them proper and adequate upbringing. But this can only be achieved when guided on the right path by parents, teachers, and the society at large.
I want to become a medical doctor.
This is Ibrahim. He is one among many children who depends on street begging as a means of survival, while his peers are in school. The question now is, what will be the fate of these young children who are expected to be the leaders of tomorrow?
Ibrahim has a dream to be a great leader in the future. His dream looks denied by his parent who failed to send him to school for Western education, but decided to give him a plate to be on the street begging, which is considered as child abuse. Recently, the Kebbi State House of Assembly made a child right bill to protect children in Kebbi State and was assented by Governor Abubakar Atiku Bagudu of Kebbi State. But till date, some children who are supposed to be in school are on the street of Birnin Kebbi, either in the cold or under the sun, begging for survival.
Because the law provided that a guardian or parent or person who is in custody of that child shall provide a mandatory universal basic education to that child.
The priority is to train your children based on Western and religious education. This is inevitable because it is only when they are educated they will be a good ambassadors to the society.
Malam Hamza Yusuf is an Islamic scholar and he shed more light on the position of children who are on the street begging.
It's nowadays what we are having is totally anti-Islam. It's not an Islamic way of seeking for knowledge. So this street begging, if you look at even the consequences having, not only in the lives of these innocent children, but even to the wider society, is something that needs to be stopped.
All the respondents are of the view that parents should be more responsible.
Agree, parents should be more responsible because education is a right. It's not even a privilege. It's a right, and every child has a right to education. We also have a right to take a break. We'll take it now. I'll be back soon.
Oh, why it's okay, me put you last like with you by day. Anything you want to do, and if you do, I'm no need to delay. You don't need to stretch up your faith. You got that world in your hand. Living like a baby girl for life. Make the people know. If you wanna buy a headline, yes. Easy access now one time, yes. Everything back at there, oh yeah. Oh yeah, 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 oh yeah. My NTA.
Download my MTN NG app and get 1 gigabyte free. Also, get up to 2 gigabytes when you recharge 500 naira and above with your debit card on the app. Plus 10% extra on every recharge on my MTN NG app.
Hello, madam. Would you like to join us on this mission? Yes. But how? Just one question. How do you keep your toilet clean? I use regular detergent and bleach for washing and removing yellow stains. I have been using it for years. Madam, the regular detergents and bleach are used for washing clothes. To disinfect your toilet, you need Herbalist 10X. It is specially made for germs and stains. Rubik sticker formula settles on stains and gives 10 times better cleaning. Oh, now I'm convinced, Kelly Paul. Really? Yeah. The next house is yours. Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close Up.
They pain me. They pain you. They pain us. They pain everybody. Yes. But not shit. Scatter. Come out. No go suffer. This one they talk. And make them go. Make them go if they won't go. This one they talk. We go come out. We go. This one say, make we scatter. Make we burn. Make we do everything. When you scatter finish, where you go? Okay. You go take private jet. Carry your family go. But make I ask you, what about your uncle, mama, auntie, brother, sister? What about them? Remember? Who throw stone for market? You don't know whether the stone go touch your own person. If the thing will go come out from your mouth, you no go fit gather us together as one people. Shut up with please. War no get friend. You don't know language. You don't know anything. So if our get too much, make we sit down at the table of dialogue. Nigeria na my own. Nigeria na your own. Nigeria na our own. Make we come together, keep them together.
The
Good morning.
Good morning. Why is your sun shining like this?
Don't you see that Hamatan season is here? We need to protect our children from this dry weather.
What about the invisible germs?
Invisible germs?
During Harmattan, it's not enough to only protect your skin. We also need protection from these invisible germs to protect our families. Use Dettol.
Harmattan season brings a lot of germs, but Dettol with Germ Defense gives protection from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Be Dettol sure.
My people, I na Emeka, make us come out. Let me get all this again. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when they get bust, then my eye open. I don't know that 419 be. But when EFCC bab, now they come bab me too. Now he make me the one you all of them when they do business like me, where they carry big money. When I go sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. They could have shine in my eye because a special control unit against money laundering, when they call school, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If you pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go your bank? If you not do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they will suspend your license, or they will shut them down for your hand. You talk say, I know one you.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
Thanks for staying on the line. Now let me start with a question. What could make a woman lose the sense of care which mothers are known for? You're thinking, right? That was a question on the minds and on lips of many when news broke about a mother and her romantic partner who had been arrested for allegedly physically abusing her 2 children. As the State Police Command pursues justice for the children, Justice Moses in this report takes a look at the consequences of child abuse.
Beda Idemu area of Lagos, where the woman, Busola Adeno, lives with her partner Emmanuel Akebiara, who is now the biological father of the 2 children aged 5 and 2 years. Neighbors came to the rescue of the battered children who had consistently passed through episodes of inhuman treatment by reporting to the police.
The mother and who battered the children alongside her partner have been arrested and have been to court. Being handed over to their biological father, and who is taking good care of them, and monitoring the situation. After that, we brought these children back to the police station, where we saw that they were being taken care of.
Considering the fact that a child's bonding with a mother begins right from the womb, many will consider the treatment method on these children highly abnormal.
Means that they may be feeling that even the children are a distraction to whatever they are. What is going on, either they are married or having some affair, the children may be a disturbance to them. So it's like they are looking for a way to
no matter what my child did, with that joy and love I have for my child, I cannot batter my child, no matter what.
They are still at that formative years where they do not know exactly. Most times they are just being mischievous. That's their age, because if they are not mischievous at that age, when would they be?
The medical director, Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital, Lagos, Dr. Olubenga Oluwaye, gives insight into some factors that
most especially if the person looks similar or look alike to the person who is abusing them. Some will develop depression.
As the police pursues justice in the matter, it is expected that our society will grow in strength, like many developed nations of the world, which are committing huge resources to child social care.
And one thing people must realize is that child abuse is so dangerous that it can leave lifelong scars on children. So it's not something we should take lightly, and I'm glad the police they're on that case.
Next in our lineup is the sad story of a 29-year-old man, Nasir Sani, whose life was cut short under mysterious circumstances in Sabin Wuse community of Niger State. Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji has more on the case.
It could be described as a wrong move when Nasir Sani allegedly decided to settle scores with one local proprietor of P Gardens Hotel, whose mission to invite the 29-year-old Nasir through another friend, Rabu, remains unclear. The fatal encounter brought sorrow to Nasir's family, friends, and loved ones at a time when everyone else was counting down to the new year. The victim, Nasir Sani, was allegedly brought for a purported settlement of a matter between him and the owner of this garden before things took a turn for the worse, leading to the death of the 29-year-old young man. Security guards at the recreational center took to the hills on sighting our crew. More questions than answers. What began as a quest by late Nasir Sani to get this door fixed became a turmoil as he returned 3 days after leaving this house to complain of severe body pains. Now the family is asking for justice.
One man came here, he met us sitting down. He asked us, he's looking for Nasiru. Then he said, let me look at his son body. So the boy pulled his clothes. There is beating in his back. Then I said, knock his door. Then Nasiru come out. Then they started talking. They say, what, they did not do anything, then beat them. After beating them, then tell them, say, they should not tell anybody.
What I want the federal government to do for me is, we just want them to fight justice on this issue.
Investigation is still ongoing, following a petition to the Niger State Commissioner of Police by the elder brother of the deceased, while Ms. Loco and his cohorts are allegedly walking around freely.
We will keep you posted on developments there because there's no hiding place for criminals, really. Now, the mother of an 11-month-old infant poured water into a wash bowl to bath her baby boy. As she tried to reduce the temperature of the water, the child she had strapped safely to her back fell into the hot water. He is now fighting for his life. This is the true story of Sani Sunday from Olamagboro local government area of Kogi State. Let's join Ngozi Teknikio for details of the unfortunate incident.
The audio, as narrated by that 11-month baby, who is now in his teeth, empathy and uncontrollable outpour of emotions.
Fell from the veranda into the. My father was not around then. The neighbors that were around, they rushed our family house. Their eagerness to save my life, because I was wearing a shirt that day. Because I went to tear the shirt that I was wearing. Maybe the condition may not even be worked like this. They forced the shirt from my head. They now packed my entire face, my mouth, my nose.
Against all odds, Sani Sunday relentlessly struggled through to acquire educational qualifications. Yet, his life is far from normal due to the scars and patches sustained from that painful experience.
I was like this. So they were seeing me in front of not a normal human being like them, or they were saying something strange. Until they took me to the National Orthopedic Hospital and they were able to do some major surgery pattern for my face. My hand was able to come. I discovered that I cannot lift my hand properly again. I cannot sleep with the right side of my shoulder. I cannot turn my neck. I cannot close my mouth properly. If I use my mouth for some time, you can notice that it will be dropping.
Having gone through 4 different surgeries in Nigeria, his conditions stiffen neck and constant pains.
I need everybody to help me in any way possible to see to it that I can have this surgery done, so I can have my life back and live my normal life. I know God can touch all over the world.
Sani Sunday is worried that the already acquired visa for him and his sister is built to expire on the 27th of January 2023 if if the required 10 million naira is not raised.
You can see that child, who is now an adult, is still fighting for his life, and we are hopeful that in the long run the whole story will end with a positive testimony. Let's take another break. We'll be back.
See my shoulder, make you rest on me. You know I got you. Let me be your friend in need. Money don't show now. I don't keep some for you. You know go so far. Cause anything I get now for me and you, yeah. How are you, my friend? How do you do, my friend? Sometimes it feels like you, that's what I did for you.
Get 1 hour of YouTube data for 50 naira or 3 hours for 130 naira on the MTN network. Simply dial *131 *8 *1# today.
How did I get here? It all started shortly after I graduated from MSTC, the Mobile Skills Training Center, with a certificate in ICT. I successfully developed a data management program that has been called the software of the future. Thanks to its success, everyone wants it, and as you can see, now everyone wants me. But I'm not alone. The skills training programs at MSTC are equipping young Nigerians to become the next big success story. Whether it's ICT, mechatronics, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, or culinary studies, a certificate at MSTC is the way of the future. And just like me, there he is. Everyone will want you to.
NTA, developing the nation's human resource.
Do not like overconfident women.
Don't touch me without my permission.
I'm a playful guy and I do get carried away sometimes.
You are selfish, manipulative, and you are a nasty. What have you done for me?
You say that now, but then when you see your mother, you start to act like you're a dead puppy dog. You were supposed to be more careful. I've been. Clearly not enough.
Welcome back. Now you got me there napping. What the navigation compass is to the sailor on the high sea is what a sound education curricula is to pupils and students. When it is lopsided, crowded, experts say there is bound to be a disconnect. Why is relaxation and recreation crucial? What is the role of parents in ensuring children and words observe them? Chukuma Wankwere sought the views of some stakeholders in parts of Lagos State.
Playing is just only 30 minutes we use in playing at schools, but the learning is more than 30 minutes.
Our teacher in our school, they to give us so many works like to learn, but they won't give us some breathing space to play.
Anthony and Andrew Jacobs bear in their minds. Experts are of the opinion that a sound education curricula should be one that strikes a balance between routine classwork and recreation as to enable the child to be in the right mental state to assimilate.
The child from the ages of, let's say, 3 to 10, okay, you see them when they come home, they have almost 16 or 17 academic work. You know, they hardly have time for themselves. No time for recreation.
Some respondents also affirm the importance of reviewing the curricula from time to time to inject in new policies or to drop retrogressive ones. An education psychologist of Education Foundation, University of Lagos, Shola Aleto, speaks on the shortcomings of overloading the child with intense academic work with little or no recreation.
overburden the brain to make it so quiet all the time. So there's need for the brain to also rest. For children to depend on what we have taught them in the course of going to school.
He advised parents not to compromise their children's future for anything. An educationist, Mrs. Oluchi Azu, and a Lagos-based legal practitioner, Mrs. Imelda Adebambo, speak on the issue.
Time should be given relaxation, recreation, time for the child to sleep, so that the brain can relax. 1 hour, of work. And this work, we are spacing it after every 20 to 25 minutes so that this child can have this recess and come back to that learning.
Stakeholders say it is imperative that education policy makers should not only tailor education policies in a manner that will be in tune with the dynamics of the society, but also have in mind raising tomorrow's leaders that will be found worthy in character and learning.
Remember the saying, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Okay, so play is also very important for the development of a child, not doing too much academic work all the time. Now, the news of a herbalist who died after allegedly having sexual intercourse with the pastor's wife in Ikere, Ekiti State, has been generating different reactions from various quarters. Tayo Osho reports that the police have commenced investigations to unravel the mystery behind his death.
Ikere has been in the news on different occasions for several reasons. This time it was due to the death of a middle-aged man, Kende Fadayomi, who was said to be a herbalist, popularly called a Jiogbe, who allegedly died while having sexual intercourse with a pastor's wife at a guest house in Ikere, an incident which took the community by surprise. A source at the guest house who spoke off camera said the woman raised alarm and the man was rushed to the hospital where he was confirmed dead. The pastor's church, which is next to his house, was however deserted when NTA News visited. This is the church of the pastor whose wife was allegedly having sexual intercourse with the herbalist, which led to his death. It was alleged that some members of the public vandalized the property because of the incident. Some residents of the area who were unwilling to speak on camera said the deceased has been buried. The police public relations officer, Sunday Abutu, said investigation is ongoing as they await autopsy results.
That's autopsy, and then the result is not yet out. As soon as it's out, we will let you know. But it is confirmed that he lodged in an hotel with a woman, and then he became unconscious, and then finally gave up the ghost.
As at the time of filing this report, life in the community has returned to normal, with residents going about their daily activities.
Interesting case. We'll keep you posted with developments. Now, this is where we'll end today's edition of Newsline. Thank you for being a part of it. We urge you to be with us again Sunday next week for another exciting edition. So, until next week, remember that the fastest and easiest way to becoming a star is to connect with NTA to stand against rape and rapists. Good night and God bless Nigeria.
Like to drive in the run.
It depends on the velocity of the rain.
The art of making something more beautiful by adding ornaments to it is also known as decoration. Today, so many men and women hardly do without decorating their events. They choose the colors and the quality of materials befitting such an event. Invited guests and groups that grace the occasion normally come in their numbers with different attires conforming to the recommended colors. This practice is an indicator of cooperation and solidarity during ceremonies and festive period. The purpose of wearing the dress can be to serve as self-identification with age mates, relations or friends during social occasions such as weddings, funerals or parties. The word asho in Yoruba means cloth and ebi denotes family. So, ashobi can be described as a family cloth usually worn during parties or family ceremonies or occasions. However, others call it anko, and many adopt the white man model, which is uniform.
When it first started, it was just the headgear. All the members wearing the same color. Gradually, today, they have moved down even to the dress and the handbag. Handbag to match, and even shoes.
The question then is, how do we practice in our own locality in Benue State?
Because of our association with the outside world, our people are bringing it and introducing it now in Benue State.
They use it in order to make their events colorful. Almost all the Tiv traditional marriages, you see them making black and white as a So for the Idomas, it's red and black. Then the Igede is blue and black on their traditional marriages, and even on their white weddings, they use black and white.
How do you feel when your event is accentuated with different colorful attires?
So much excited because I will know that at least I have a group, people that have identified with me on my day.
I will be so excited, so joyous anytime I know that yes, everybody will know that yes, this is he belongs to them, so it makes you happy.
What happens if the guests come with attires whose colors do not correspond with those recommended?
It is not as if it is a must that you must wear ashobi. It's not for everybody. So if the chief celebrant sees somebody who is not into that attire, why will he or she not welcome the person?
There are factors that will make people to interpret in that way. Some, it could be that they don't have the knowledge of the material. So it could be that they don't like wearing same clothes with so many people.
Inasmuch as decoration is aesthetic to an event, people whose attires do not conform with the color of the day should be free to partake in the merry-making or identify with others wearing the same uniform. After all, the essence of attending any party is just to celebrate with others